Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Deciding to Soar, Living Life Your Own Way. My name is SharRon Jamison, and I am a life strategist, a corporate leader, a minister, and a mom. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. I am so grateful that you are here. This is an unedited, unscripted space where I share what I'm learning in my own life, as well as what I am learning from working with so many amazing healers, leaders, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and brave souls, people just like you. And so I'm grateful that you are here today. And today I am reminded of a phrase that I heard decades ago. And the phrase says, it's not about the competence that you don't have, it's about the company you keep. I will repeat that again. It's not about the competence you don't have or the competence you do have. It's all about the company that you keep. And that phrase came up this evening as I was sharing with my group about this whole conversation that's happening around when to retire. And retirement is such a personal choice. It's kind of like any transition that you're going through in your life. Transitions about when to get married, when to have a baby, when to get divorced, when to move, when to change careers. Those are critical life decisions. And what I find that is really relevant, irrespective of the type of critical decision you make, it's not that we don't have what we need to make the decision. We're competent, we're educated, we are informed. But what I find is that many times we are not surrounded by the right people to help us make those transitions, because none of us becomes our best selves by ourselves, and none of us have everything we need to navigate decisions around relocation, marriage, divorces, retirement, economic changes, political changes. It's always good to have people around you to support you. There's an old African saying that everyone needs an extra set of eyes to rise, right? And so today I highlighted five groups of people, or five types of people, or five personality types of people that are so critical that we have in our lives when we are making decisions, decisions around any vital, critical, life-changing season in our life. And I want to highlight those five personality types or types of people, because you might not be talking about retirement, but I'm sure there's some type of transition, season, stage in your life where you have to make some changes that have long-term consequences or long-term impact. And so I would want to invite you to look at your friend group, your friend circle, your sister circle, and see if you have these five types of people or five types of personalities. And you might be able to have all these types of people, all these types of personalities in one person, which will be a blessing. But if not, I want you to make sure you have these people in your life as you are navigating and reflecting and thinking and investigating your next step, your next season, your next chapter in your life. So the first type of person I want you to write down is a person with high intellect. High intellect. These are the people that we need in our lives because they provide us with great information, great research. They are the people who have facts and factors and variables and metrics. Those are people who have a good understanding of trends in history. And one of the things I love about my friends who have this high intellect is that they really help you with decision making. They really help you evaluate options and look at research, so we don't make impulsive decisions, or so we don't make decisions out of reaction, because the last thing we want to make is a short-term decision that has long-term consequences. And so when you have people who have high intellect, who can help you evaluate reality, or to look at the variables that are influencing your reality and influence your decisions, those are people who are really important to you in those critical times. Because the gift that people with high intellect provide you is the gift of clarity. So just think about the people in your life who can distill information from various resources. They can hold contradictions, and they can hold layers and complexity of facts and figures and variables. And just recognize the gift that they provide you. They provide the gift of clarity so that you have information that you can make informed decisions about to help you navigate the different vicissitudes, seasons, stages of your life. So people of high intellect, the gift is clarity. But what we know is that when you're making life decisions, information is never enough, right? So you need information, yes, but you also need friends who can provide the second one, deep insight. It's important to have insightful friends, because your friends who have great intellect, might say, these are the facts. A friend that has great insight will say, let me tell you what's really happening here. For example, in the conversation that we had this evening, we had one person say that they were concerned about retirement because of finances. And my friend, who is a friend of great insight, she said, I wonder if it's about money, but I wonder if it's about identity. Because I'm getting a sense that you're talking about identity, and identity is being affected by status, and your status is that's why you're worried about money. And it was so really wonderful how she was able to take the information and look beneath what the person was saying, and she was able to identify motives, unspoken motives. She was able to identify patterns and assumptions and implications. And when we think about our friends, our people in our life who are very insightful, the gift they provide us is perspective. So just think about that. Your friends of high intellect, the gift is clarity. Your friends who have great insight, they offer you the gift of perspective. And we all need perspective so we can see underneath our fears, see beyond our assumptions, see beyond what we think is true, so we can get to the crux or the heart of the matter. And so that's the gift that your friends with great insight, they give you the gift of perspective. Now, what we also know is that people who give you perspective are helpful, but you also need people who can see beyond what currently exists in your life. And so the third variable or personality type that I really look for in my life are friends who have great imaginations. Great imaginations. These are people who are creators, innovators. These are people who are visionaries, big thinkers, possibility thinkers. And one of the blessings that I think a person with a great imagination provides for you, the gift is possibility. They help you see beyond what you're looking at, you see beyond your reality, see beyond your paradigm, see beyond your history, your culture, all the ways we were indoctrinated. And they are the people that say, who told you that? For example, this evening, someone made a comment about, oh, I guess retirement means slowing down. And she said, who told you that? Then we had another person might say, oh, I have to have success, and success looks like, $500,000 type of careers and a company car. She's the person who says, and what else? Or who told you that? Why are you limiting yourself to money? Yeah, you always need this type of person in your life. One of the things I love about a person with great imagination, not only do they challenge our assumptions, but they refuse to let you accept that your limitations right now are permanent. I love that. There are people who are always stretching your mind, expanding your horizons, making you see opportunities and options where you think that there might be closed doors. Those are the people who know the difference between what's a restriction and what's a runway. Those are the people who see a playground of opportunity when other people see a prison of limitation. And so it's so great to have these types of people in your life, because when you have people with big imaginations in your life, the gift they provide to you is possibility. They are the ones who will always push you to say, what else? What else is possible? What else could be true? What else can be present? What else could happen? Where are opportunities? You know, what makes you think that there's all to this? So you always need to have those types of friends. The fourth type of personality type or strength that I love to see in my friends is what I call people who are very intuitive. And what I love about my friends who are intuitive, they can always ask and sense information from the universe or from just energy. And they say, does this feel right? And what I love about them is that when people have high intuition, it's they don't base their decisions only on logic, only on analysis, like your friends of intellect. They're not necessarily looking for insight, but they sense something. And here's the difference. A person with insight looks into something. They can look into something to see motives. A person with intuition, they just sense something. It just feels right. And what I love about people who are highly intuitive, they have developed a sense of awareness, the sense of sensitivity. They are able to discern different types of information. It's like your friends who have high intuition, they can see two choices that might be identical, have identical outcomes, and they're the ones that say, I don't know why, but this one feels right. I don't know why, but this feels the right way to go. I don't know why, but I'm feeling led to A, B, and C. And my friends who have high intuition, they have rarely been wrong. And I know that sometimes it's hard for us to trust people that way because there's nothing that they can hang their hat on. It's just this deep inner knowing, this deep spiritual awareness. It's as if they can sense not only what's happening today, but what's happening tomorrow. It's almost like they are prophetic. And so I think it's important to have those types of people in our lives. And the gift that people who are highly intuitive offer is the gift of discernment, because they can sense what's right, even when two choices look the same. So they offer the gift of discernment. The fifth type of person that I think is so critical in our lives, I like to call them the people who are intermediaries, right? And these are the people who connect all the dots. These are the people who are the bridge builders, the connectors, the relationship creators. Though these are the people who could connect people, connect opportunities, connect themes, connect ideas, connect communities. And these are the people that say, if you mention that you have an interest or mention that you're passionate about something, they always seem to know someone who's doing it. They always seem to have an opportunity to network so that they can connect you with another person. They they have this sense of being able to see the threads, even when things seem very different. They are the ones that find commonality and connectivity between every noun, people, place, and things, right? And I really love when I have those people in my life, and if they're really quick and easy to see because they are just naturally connectors, bridge builders. And those are the ones that can move through different people and groups and paradigms just fluently. So I think there's important to think about those types of people in our life. So those are the five people, are the five personality types that we talked about tonight. And all of those five different personality types, like I said, can be found in one person, but it might be five different people. But those people are really important in our lives because when we are making decisions, like I mentioned, that can have long term consequences, long term impact, they ensure that we don't reduce our lives down to our current understanding. They ensure that we don't shrink our lives down to our current reality or our current level of thinking or our current perspective. And that is so key because these are the people that ensure that our lives look like gardens, gardens of opportunity, gardens of growth and variety and diversity and aliveness, so that we don't succumb to a life, what I call gutter living. Gutter living is when we are in the gutter because we feel confined and restricted and limited and stereotyped, that we feel so indoctrinated that we don't give ourselves permission to grow and to move and to evolve. And so I just want you to think about the people in your life. And here are some questions I want you to think about to help you really consider your friend group. Here's the questions. Do you have someone in your life who helps you think bigger and broader? Do you have someone who helps you understand yourself, your motives, your unspoken needs, your unspoken unconscious dimensions of your life, your personality, your options? Do you have someone in your life who helps you imagine what if, imagine what could be, imagine yourself beyond your current reality, beyond your current resources, beyond your current relationships, beyond your current education level, or beyond your current level of expertise? Do you have someone who can help you discern, who just can help you sense the spirit, sense the next step, to sense what's the next right move for your life? And do you have someone who can help you connect? Connect not only to other people, but connect to the different parts of yourselves. Do you have someone who can help you connect all the different parts of your identities? For example, I have a friend who can see me as the corporate leader, as the minister, as the mom, as the daughter, as the writer, and she helps me connect all those parts of me in one way that I always feel as I'm operating from a place of fullness, from a place of wholeness, from a place of integrity. And so we always need people like that in our lives. So do yourself a favor, take an inventory, see who's already in your life, see who's missing, and ask yourself, what type of people do I need in this next chapter? For me, I'm thinking about what are the types of people that I need as I prepare for retirement. Because what I don't want to do is to let my retirement look like my parents' retirement. I don't want my retirement to look like their retirement. I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to make sure I have people who are asking me great questions so I don't succumb to a life that doesn't honor all of who I am. And I don't become something that I don't feel called to be. And again, yes, I have the competence to do it by myself, right? You have the competence to do something by yourself. But again, it's not about the competence we have. It's not about the competence we don't have. It's about the company we keep, because it takes an extra set of eyes for us to rise. And that's what we all want to do, is to rise so that you can be the best and the highest and the most healthiest version of yourselves. So I want to leave you with this. If this podcast spoke to you, will you please share it? Share it with someone who needs to have some support because they're making a critical, life-changing decision in their life. And also, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, write me a review. And if you have never joined me on YouTube, please come over to YouTube and join and participate in the podcast. Answer some questions, leave some comments. We really appreciate having your impact and also having your feedback. And then I always want to invite you to consider the Reclamation Circle. That's when many women over 50 or 60, or even some younger, who are in transitions in their life, we come together and offer support and insight, share our experiences. I want to invite you to the Reclamation Circle. And also, I always want to invite you, if you're interested in having some one-on-one, to work with me. I will be so honored to work with you, support you as you are navigating this wonderful, amazing journey called life. And so as I end every podcast, I want to leave you with a blessing. And I hope this speaks to you. And as you're going through this week, remember that your future does not have to be a continuation of your past. It can be something different. And no matter what stage, age, season, chapter, there are still more possibilities for you waiting to be discovered, right? And I talk more about that in our newsletter, which is a weekly newsletter that I send out to all of you. And if you're interested in joining the newsletter, feel free to click the link in the description, and I would love for you to join us. So here's the blessing I want to read to you. And I hope you keep it near and dear to your heart to support you throughout the week. And it reads, may you have the courage to surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking. May you have people around you who deepen your understanding. May you have people who expand your imagination to help you see possibilities beyond your current reality. May you have people who sharpen your discernment and help you trust what is right and what is true for you. May you have people who build bridges, create connections, and open doors to opportunities you could not see or have on your own. And may you never shrink your life to fit your current circumstances when there is so much life available to you. And may you always remember that you can dare to soar higher because the best is still yet to come. So until next time, keep growing, keep becoming, keep creating a life that is uniquely your own. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Blessings to you always.